Welcome back to Fixing My Faith. My name is Vern Hool, and today we are talking about music on hold and Jehovah's Witnesses, kingdom melodies or kingdom songs being used commercially for music on hold. Now, first of all, if you're not sure what music on hold is, well, it's referred to as MOH, and it's a business practice of playing recorded music to fill the silence that would be heard by telephone callers who have been placed on hold. And it's especially common in situations involving customer service. So music on hold is sometimes referred to as phone on hold, message on hold messaging, or on hold music. This was developed by Alfred Levy, an inventor, factory owner, entrepreneur. In 1962, he discovered a problem with the phone lines at his factory. A loose wire was touching a metal girder on a building. This made the building a giant receiver so that the audio broadcast signal from a radio station next door would transmit through the loose wire and could be heard when calls were put on hold. Levy patented his work in 1966, while other advancements have come to change and enhance the technology. It was this initial patent creation that began the evolution for today's music on hold. The equipments and formats vary. Most systems are integrated into telephone systems nowadays, and they just have an audio jack. We used to put this in through my technology company, and you just use an audio jack. You could hook it up to your message on hold system. Well, today, equipment that supports physical media usually plays CDs, and some older systems still use cassette tapes. So they've come a long ways, and now they're using MP3s. And there's several types of units now. In fact, some of the newer units allow them to be downloaded automatically, so you can change up your music format. And since this is all licensed and it's all very, we're playing, broadcasting other artists' music, you can actually get copyright fines if you don't use licensed music. So therefore, a lot of companies are making a business out of this, and they're using licensed music, and they pay the licensing, and then they sell their services to the consumer, and they download new features, and it might advertise your business. Well, here we have a unique situation happening. Jehovah's Witnesses. It's either Jehovah's Witnesses are on top of this, and I'm going to say that this is a licensed program that Jehovah's Witnesses are doing with the hospitals. And one of the hospitals in the UK said no more. And here's the rest of the story. Now, my wife and I had this discussion, and she said, well, perhaps it was a janitor. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses are janitors. Maybe the janitor's down there and he switched it out and put it in. We don't know. We don't know the real story, but it wouldn't surprise me because this is such a licensed business. The largest hospitals in the UK would have a licensed source. And no doubt the Jehovah's Witness HLC that goes into all the hospitals all over the world, they're probably trying to get their music on hold for free. And they're probably licensing it for free, where other companies are charging the hospital. So the hospital says, this actually looks good financially. Let's go with it. It's just like elevator music. Well, here's the rest of the story. N and N, these are these two hospitals now, Norwich and Norwich, Norfolk and Norwich, one hospital. So here it is. It's in the United Kingdom. And if you don't know where it is, here's the map. We go right down. There's where it's at. Now, the United Kingdom looks pretty small on the big scale of things, but it has more people than Canada. In fact, there's 130,000 Jehovah's Witnesses in the United Kingdom. There's only 118,000 in Canada. And there's 67 million people crunched into that little spot there. Now, for us in Canada, if we swing over to Canada, well, look how big Canada is over here, all of this space. In fact, we even go up to the Northwest Territories, and we have under 40 million. So here we have all these people here. There's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses there. And here's what happened. So The NNN, that's the hospital, is criticized for using Jehovah's Witness hymn as a hold music. And the religion's biggest hospital has agreed to stop, or the region's biggest hospital has agreed to stop using a Jehovah's Witness hymn as its hold music after receiving a complaint saying it was inappropriate. Until recently, the tune, It Means Their Life, was played to people waiting to be transferred after calling the switchboard at the Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital. The untrained ear, the instrumental arrangement seemed innocuous and carried little meaning. But for at least one caller who recognized the tune, that was not the case. The individual, who has asked to remain anonymous, claims it is inappropriate for a hospital to use the music because of the religion's resistance to some medical practices, such as blood transfusions. The caller said the music could encourage Jehovah's Witnesses or those who have left the religion to decline treatment they may need. In a complaint to the hospital, the caller wrote, "Hearing the music will exert a subtle pressure on Jehovah's Witnesses who call to give in to the pressure to refuse blood transfusions. The refusal of Jehovah's Witnesses to accept such transfusions is one of the beliefs for which the religion is best known. They believe the practice is explicitly banned by the Bible. However, believers do accept other medical treatments." The hospital confirmed that It Means Their Life has been used as a holding music for some time. So maybe this program has been in place by the Watchtower all over the world. Maybe this is just the start of hospitals not using it any longer. I'm not sure. However, the following complaint, it has ditched the tune. So the hospital spokesman said, "We can confirm that we have received a complaint about our on-hold telephone music system. And we recognize it has caused genuine distress to a caller, and we have changed the music. The hymns have been replaced by Mozart." So it goes on, the article, to talk about misconceptions that Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in medicine and medical treatment, but that's not the case. Their resistance is specifically to treatment involving blood. They believe that the Old and New Testaments contain commandments to abstain from blood, and they consider that God views blood as representing life, so do not accept transfusions. So I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. I was in the religion for some 30 years, and I carried a no transfusion card, a blood card in my wallet to say that I abstain from blood transfusions. And since I've left, I've read the Bible, and now I realize that the Bible nowhere says to kill yourself. Nowhere. In fact, Jesus said to live and to love life, not to die, and to use our body as a temple and to use it to do God's will. So if we listen to the 8 men in New York, we could lose our life by abstaining from a blood transfusion. And these 8 men took this from one man, Noor, and Fred Franz in that era. And none of these people were prophets. Rutherford and Russell, they weren't into this. This was something that was adopted midterm for the Jehovah's Witnesses, and it was adopted by men so they could feel pompous and righteous before God. But the Bible does not say to give up life. It does not say that anywhere. So folks, if you want to learn more, just tune into our channel, subscribe. We have a lot of videos on this, and if you have questions, we'll certainly do our best to help answer them. But until next time, let us follow what Jesus says. Let us keep living and keep living our life with love. Bye for now.